Okay, Smearlegs. It's time to do a game preview here of the big game tonight between the Montreal Canadiens and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Game 3 at the Bell Center. So, if you're new around here, grab yourselves a beer and park that ass on a chair, as we're going to talk about what's been going on in the series so far, and we'll also take a look at the projected lines for tonight's game and see what kind of line combos the coaches may be cooking up here. But first, if you're a fan of the Habs, or you're already like 7 beers in this morning and wondering why the game isn't on TV yet, then please consider subscribing to my channel, as I upload hockey content daily and would really enjoy having some more of you hacksaw Jim Duggins tag along for the ride. And if you want to get in on some of the action down there in the old comment section, take a stab at predicting which player in tonight's game, it could be a Hab player, it could be a Tampa player, leads the entire game in hits. Okay, who's going to get the most hits tonight? And if you get it right, I will pin your comment to the top and give you a shout out in the game review for this one tomorrow. Now, this is a must-win game for the Habs, okay? The Tampa Bay Lightning, they're good. They're really good. And you don't want to be giving them the first 3 games of the series, because that's what I like to call high danger shit right there. You can't do that. You just can't do that. Looking back on this series so far, Tampa Bay, they kicked the shit out of the Habs in game 1. No doubt about it. But you know what? In game 2, you gotta give the Habs a lot of credit. They battled back and they dominated the Lightning throughout the majority of that game. However, they just couldn't crack the Vasilevskiy code. It's kinda like the Da Vinci Code, but it ain't. The guy stood on his head, stopping 42 shots and limited the Habs to only 1 goal. Jeez. And I don't know what they're gonna have to do to get a puck behind this guy. Maybe pour some laxatives in the old water bottle on top of the net, huh? When he's not looking? I don't know. Now, as many of you all know, the Bell Center was pushing to get over 10,000 plus fans in the building tonight, but it has been denied. So yeah, it's not going to be as noisy at home. That's a bit of a bummer for sure, but what can you do? Nothing, apparently. Because for some reason, it's fine for thousands of fans to be on the street just outside the Bell Center, but inside the Bell Center, no, not happening. It's different, right? Somehow it's different. But on the bright side, I'm sure the 3,500 fans that show up will be louder than an angry silent fart. Also, keep in mind, head coach Dominique Ducharme will be back on the bench for the Habs tonight. And you just know the team's got to be happy about that. So, with that stuff out of the way, let's put it all back up on the shelf here and take a look at the projected lines for tonight's game. And we'll start things off with the Habs. Line 1, we used to have the Steve Irwin line. Well, now they're the broken wing line. Because Arturi Lehkonen, I'm pretty sure, he may not be playing tonight, as he looked all shaken up from that hit from Mikhail Sergachev in the second period of game 2. So yeah, if he plays, he's not going to be at 100%, and if he doesn't play, who's going to replace him, right? Jake Evans, Thomas Tatar, one of Steve Irwin's kids? I don't know. Right now, it's listed as Phil Deneau centering Arturi Lehkonen and Brendan Gallagher, the guy with a roadmap on his head. Line number 2, who played a shitty game 1, but they bounced back and played decently in game 2. We've got Nick Suzuki, who scored the lone goal in game 2, and it felt like he had about 25 shots on net himself. Centering Tyler Toffoli-Ravioli, who's been kind of quiet this series. And Cole Caulfield, who's been having a few hiccups lately, but he is our little bundle of joy, and let's hope that he scores a big one tonight. The third line, we've got Jesperi Kotkaniemi, centering Paul Put Me On Waivers I Dare Ya, and Josh Anderson, who was more of a force in game 2. Let's hope that carries over into game 3. And the fourth line, we've got Eric Stahl centering Yoel Armia, who was dearly missed in game 1, and Corey Perry, who's also been a little on the quiet side this series. The defense pairings, we've got Ben Sherratt paired with Shea Weber. Ben Sherratt, you made a bonehead play last game. Let's not see that again. Then we've got Joe Edmondson paired with Jeff Petrie. Joe Edmondson, you made a bonehead play last game. Let's not see that happen again. And then in, we've got Eric Gustafsson and John Murrell as the third unit. And combined, they may play a whopping 2 minutes this game. Does anybody know magic? Because I want to see somebody make one of these guys disappear. Yeah, just for a game. And let our little Romanov back into the lineup. Okay, free Romanov. Moving on to Tampa Bay's projected lineup for this game. We've got Braden Point, who is unbelievable. Centering Andrei Palat, a goal scorer in game 2, and Nikita Kucherov. Line number 2, we've got Anthony Spaghetti, another goal scorer in game 2. Centering Tyler, how did he get on the second line, Johnson, and Steven Stamkos. Line 3, we've got the rabid chihuahua full of rabies, Yanni Gourde, centering Barclay Goodrow and Blake Coltrane. And finally, the fourth line, we've got Ross Colton, centering Patrick Morin and Matthew Joseph. The defense pairings, we've got Victor Hedman paired with Jan Ruda. We've got Ryan McDonough paired with Eric Cernak and Mikhail Sergachev, public enemy number 1 at this point, paired with David Savard. For the goaltenders, we've got Patrick Waugh up against Chris Osgood. Just kidding. Shit, now I gotta go watch their fight again. We've got Carey Price up against Andrei Vasilevskiy. Goaltending battle of the century. Anyway, guys, that does it for this game preview. I hope you all enjoyed, and hey, I'll see you next time.